Let's get some insight on the impact of extreme weather on tourism. Elke Dens is the Global Director of Programs at Travel Foundation. It's a leading global NGO working to maximize the benefits of tourism for communities and the environment. And she joins us from Belgium. Elke, welcome to the program. The question I'd like to begin with is, will these extreme conditions turn off visitors, or is it simply too soon to tell?
Yes, and hello from Belgium. I think it's a bit too soon to tell. We did a study with the European Travel Commission and asked if extreme weather conditions were taken into account when the people take a decision to go on a holiday, and only 7% of the people took this into account. So most of the people currently don't do it yet.
Interesting. Well, how important overall is the tourism sector for so many of these countries, these popular destinations like Southern Europe? Will this mean a boost in tourism perhaps elsewhere in cooler areas like Northern Europe, Ireland, UK, even Scandinavian countries?
Yes, that is what we probably will see, but it might take many years. A study says that if the global temperature would rise by not 1.5 degrees, but 4 degrees, then probably there will be an increase in the, let's say, Northern Europe, Middle Europe, and a decrease in Southern Europe up to 10%. And this is really a problem maybe for a lot of Southern European destinations who heavily depend on tourism. It's mostly 20 to 25% of the GDP.
Will you talk a little bit more about that, Elke, the impact on all these workers who rely on tourism for their livelihoods? It's their bread and butter.
It is, and especially for coastal destinations or like small development islands, it's really hard to see that tourism might, disappear. Not, I think, because probably the season will change. Our estimation is that there will be a dispersal in time. So probably in the hottest months in the northern part of this world, in July, August, people will no longer go to the south, to the most hottest places, but they might go there more off-season, if they can, of course, because it will also depend on school holidays.
As you know, Elke, tourism brings a lot of money and dollars. It's a livelihood for so many of these communities. But is there a negative impact of tourism?
Well, we of course, we must admit and acknowledge, I think, that tourism is also contributing to global emissions and so to climate change. Currently, we estimate 8 to 11% of global emissions are actually caused through the tourism and transportation sector, especially long-haul flights. So yeah, it's a balanced situation, I think, for tourism. So we must also help to fight climate change wherever we can.
Let me talk about Death Valley, California, one of the hottest places on earth. Always has been. Well, this year it was especially bad. People, in fact, have died there. But some are still choosing to go. Does that surprise you, Elke? Why?
Yeah, well, I think the weather conditions are definitely one of the things that made you decide to go somewhere. But there's, of course, also other points of attraction. Like if you always wanted to go there, and especially post-COVID now, people do want to travel again and want to finally visit the place that they were dreaming of. So I think it's not easy to say or to say what the immediate effect will be on consumer patterns. We hope for people themselves that they will take more responsible choices when they travel. Also more sustainable choices, because that will also help to fight climate change. But it's difficult to predict, I think.
You said more sustainable choices. Give us some examples of more sustainable choices, and we're running out of time, so quickly, please.
Well, very quickly, I will give you a very clear example. For instance, when you travel, you will use 3 times the amount of water that you use normally when you're at home. And so this also causes major problems. And I think it's just a way of that we indulge ourselves. So when we are on a holiday, that we think we need to consume more. And if we don't do that, if we just go on holiday and act as if we were home, I think that would be an easy way to become more sustainable in traveling too.
Yeah, you make a good point. All right, Elke Dens, thank you very much.